Let's get some celebrity sleaze presented by McDonald's. The best part about working at McDonald's is the people.
Hey, do you think Kimmel's leaving? All this hinting around that this may be it for Jimmy Kimmel?
It's been 2 years now that he's been hinting that he's going to retire. I don't know what to think.
Well, a lot of people think that it might be because of his son's health and he wants to spend more time with his family. But he did say it might not be anything that anyone other than me is aware of. He says, I have a lot of hobbies. I love to cook. I love to draw. I imagine myself learning to do sculptures. We'll see. But it could be about his son. You never know.
Who would the successor be? They're not just going to shut that show down. It's a moneymaker.
It's a lot of pressure. I still think he's really funny.
He is, but who could take that over? I mean, there's no one that we really know that we've seen guest hosting because when he goes away, well, he did have a bunch of celebrity guest hosts, but no one that was like all the time.
No shoe-in, no, I know. Miley Cyrus now talking about how strong her mom's weed is. Tish Cyrus gave Wiz Khalifa a panic attack, she says. He didn't know who I was after smoking it. Can you imagine?
Miley Cyrus's mom had better weed than Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah, she said that my mom had a lot of anxiety, so she actually talked her mom into taking weed and smoking weed. But now she says her mom's weed is stronger than anybody that she knows. Apparently, she said, the other day I came to her house, maybe the last time I smoked her weed was a couple of weeks ago, and I walked in and I take the smallest puff ever, and I couldn't drive for what felt like 3 days, and I didn't know who I was. I would say that's pretty strong weed.
Yeah, from what I've heard, she's a very good tester, Miley.
Yeah, she says she's clean and sober now.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe she has a good memory.
I don't know if you heard about this, but comedian Kathy Griffin is tough to silence unless it's by throat surgery, and she just had her second one. She posted this health update on socials that featured a picture of her throat and a bandaged incision. Vocal cord surgery went well, and you can see some scarring and swelling. It will be worth it if I can get my voice back. Yikes.
She's had a rough go.
Yeah, she says, I'm getting an implant in my left vocal cord, which was left permanently paralyzed during my lung surgery. I didn't know that part of it. She said they took out half of my left lung. And as she's recovering, she won't be able to talk for a few weeks. But can you imagine just you're a comedian, you can't speak?
Yeah, she's been trying to keep it going on social. She looks very different. You could tell that she's been through a very hard time.
What do you think about this? Miles Teller, back in the armed forces? This is quite interesting. He has been enlisted to star in Paramount's update of the 1982 An Officer and a Gentleman. Do you remember the original with Richard Gere?
Yeah, was that the 80s?
God, it was 82. It was Richard Gere. Remember, he was an aviation officer candidate. He finds himself caught in the crosswinds of life paths, which includes a very romantic encounter with a girl from the wrong side of the tracks, played by Deborah Winger, and then the strict Marine Sergeant, Louis Gossett Jr. Now, Miles Teller is going to be in the remake.
I wonder if it's a remake or a reimagination. That seems to be the thing. You know, it's like a twist on the original, not an exact.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I wonder what's going to happen there. We were talking last week about Kevin Spacey and that crazy, explosive interview with Piers Morgan. Well, now we know about the new movie he's going to be in. Yes, it's called Peter 5'8". It's becoming available very soon on streaming services. Now, Michael Zato vehemently defending his decision to hire Kevin Spacey. The film is Spacey's first lead role since all of this controversy. What do you think about that?
Well, that this is going to tell the tale. If this thing hits big streaming numbers, you're going to see people pouncing to hire that dude. I mean, he's been cleared in everything he's been put up against. He's broke now. He's desperate. Probably some of his best work. Well, it depends when they did this, but he's hungry.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. And you're right. Let's see what people say after all of this.
We shall know soon.
Yeah, the director is saying that he is a rare talent and he deserves this. Now, Barnes, I know you're not a fan of The Bear, although I'm trying to get you back on the train. It's such a great show.
Well, the train never took off. I tried a few times. I just wasn't interested. I don't know why. I just couldn't stick.
Well, one of the leads, Etabri, talked about the success of the bear exceeding her expectations after winning, if you remember, her first Emmy for the role.
More. Yeah. Exceeded my expectations. Yeah. I was good with the rent being continued to be paid. So it's just been a dream, and I love the people I get to work with.
Can you imagine just out of nowhere, she's cast on that show and she's winning every single award? That was her on The View.
Yeah, going from zero to hero. Because remember, she had talked some trash about somebody and it came out a couple of years ago. Remember, whatever actress?
Yeah, that was really tough.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to hit.
Exactly. I do want to mention this. I started watching Presumed Innocence, and I don't want to read anything about it. Now, this is the new one with Jake Gyllenhaal on Apple TV. You remember the first movie with Harrison Ford, Presumed Innocence. Apparently, I don't know if they've changed something or if this is like a new ending, and I don't want to read about it. But so far, I think it's really good. Jake Gyllenhaal explains what drew him to this first TV role in the remake of the movie.
I think puts a character, and all the characters actually, in a really difficult position, and then you have to watch them all kind of try and get through it. It just offered up so many opportunities for performance and interactions with all the great characters, and I was like, I'm in.
I was shocked that was his first TV role. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I've never seen him in anything on TV.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen movies made for TV, like Roadhouse, but they've only dropped 2 episodes, and I watched both, and so far it's like it goes right into exactly what happened, to Harrison Ford in the movie. I don't want to reveal anything, but so far so good, Barnes. I'll keep you posted on it. Tiffany Haddish joking about meeting the president. Yeah, President Biden on Jimmy Kimmel.
I've got to meet Biden, right? Mm-hmm. And when he walked up to me, so for years I've been thinking he's not a real human. I've been thinking he might be an android or some old robot from like that Alien movie. You know how the aliens walk around, and then when he got stabbed, he had white blood. That's what I've been thinking. Mm-hmm. But then
reasonable, yes.
So I thought he was a robot. So when he came up to me, I was like, oh, where the buttons? Where the buttons at? Like, where are they charging him? I was looking all over his body, looking at the age spots and everything, trying to see where do they turn them off? Where do they turn them on? I couldn't see none. I didn't see anything.
I love Tiffany Haddish. I can't tell if she's making fun of him or if she's just
about? I know.
having fun with him. I don't know which side she's on.
I'll tell you what, Jesse Plemons is quickly becoming one of my favorite actors. He's married to Kirsten Dunst. Well, he just lost a lot of weight, and of course, immediately everyone said, Ozempic. Quote, it's really unfortunate that I decided to get healthy when everyone decided to take Ozempic. He says, it doesn't matter. Everyone's going to think I took Ozempic anyways. Well, the truth of the matter is, he said, that he shed weight with the help of intermittent fasting after the method was recommended by several people. I just gave it a shot and was surprised how quickly it was effective. Yeah, he looks really thin, but he looks really good, too.
It works. I did that for like 2 years. I got into a kick of doing 24 hours once a week.
How did it work for you?
It definitely works, as you can eat whatever you want pretty much all the rest of the time. But man, it's a mind F. I mean,
it's not easy.
It's all mental game.
That is your celebrity, Sleaze.